Good morning, everyone. Ignacia Vargas, Melanie Marambio, and I, Belén Pastene, are pleased to present you our video-based discussion about engagement in second language learning. Here we go.
Hello, let's talk about engagement in foreign language learning. Let's play a game. Have you ever have you ever noticed that when you enjoy class, you are more engaged, resulting in being more willing to study, practice, and participate? Have you ever had a teacher that motivated you to become a better student? Have you ever felt that the place where you study has affected your learning commitment? Do you think that persistence, time management, and planning are signs of engagement? Now that you have think about engagement issues, let's learn about the research.
The concept of engagement has lots of definition because it has been hard to find an exact and precise one. One definition by Fredericks Blumenfeld and Paris is what students do to further their learning. And another interpretation by Kintoga Baldwin, which takes contributions from other authors, is quality and quantity of practice. He compares an engagement of learning a second language to doing exercises if we want to achieve a fit body, or to playing an instrument many hours every day to become an expert musician. Now, are engagement and motivation synonyms? The answer is no. They are similar but not same. We tend to feel confused about the difference between these two concepts. Engagement is a broader term that is related to many factors and subcomponents, such as behavior, emotions, the cognitive sphere, agency, and achievement and results. The last two are key to understanding the reason why engagement is not equal to motivation. As Oga Baldwin expresses, if motivation is will and intention, wanting and wishing, engagement is the moment when word turns to deed. That means being motivated doesn't assure a complete learning experience because action and achievements have a fundamental role. Some of the most renowned authors who have researched about engagement are Kimberly Knowles, Nigel Manteau, Olga Baldwin, and Joy Egbert. Knowles and Lowe are psychologists at the University of Alberta. King Olga Baldwin is a professor of education at Waseda University and also a researcher in the psychology of education and language. and Egbert is a professor of ELL and Education Technology at Washington State University. They all have written many books and articles about psychological and educational topics such as engagement. This research has two main objectives. The first one is to evidence the validity of the Language Mindsets Index which each student demonstrates and has in their process. And the second one is to explain the way our beliefs about how learning a second language could be affect our engagement at the time to start studying a foreign language. For instance, an entity mindset makes us think that we won't succeed easily because in front of some situations it becomes harder, while incremental mindset makes us think that language learning ability can be improved and we can be competent at some point.
The issues seen before have been studied and researched by many authors, but in this particular case, the authors had approached the research by using language mindset inventory and analyzing a mindset go responses model. This is to study how students respond to different situations and contexts. The authors use this social cognitive approach to validate the relationship between language mindset inventory with psycholanguage learning, motivation, and engagement. According to Nigel Montulu and Kimberly Knowles, the conclusion of the study is that language learning can be a challenging endeavor, and that it is inevitable that many learners will face failure, and how they react to these failures is strongly related to their future achievement. The results of the study provide evidence of the reliability and validity of the language mindsets inventory, which will help to future studies and researches of language learning and how the different mindset variable affects the motivation and engagement of students.
How do these researches inform second language learning and teaching? Engagement researches have demonstrated how motivation works in the learning process and its importance for success. The research about language mindsets inventories (LMI) also helps to understand how second language learners' language beliefs are associated with their goal orientations, as well as their reactions and emotions when facing challenging situations. These studies about engagement try to explain how learning works for unengaged students and the reason why they cannot find this motivation or cannot achieve the best results. With all this information, teaching can be developed in a better way for long-term achievements through many strategies. Some examples are connecting the class contents to the real world. This means that the teacher needs to answer the questions, where am I going to use this? This gives a feeling that what students are learning is going to be relevant for their lives. Another example is to make group activities, so the learning environment gets better and less tense.
Before this presentation, engagement seemed to be more like a complementary factor in L2 learning and teaching. But with the information provided, we could reflect on how essential it is to engage with a language to get actual results, and how important it is for a teacher to detect the level of engagement or even disengagement of their students.
Now, let's answer some questions to reflect about engagement in class. 1. How would you describe your learning environment? Do you think your engagement level would be different if your environment was different? 2. Which are the factors that may affect your motivation for learning? 3. Have you ever experienced disengagement? Can you tell the reasons? 4. What kind of activities do you think are the best for your own engagement in class?
Thanks for listening to us. We hope you liked it. Bye bye.